Hello everybody and a very warm welcome back to the latest episode of Hidden Jewels of Soul and Disco. This week's artist is actually pretty unknown, but he released a very good soul and R&B album. Therefore, this week we are featuring Gene Redding. Why Gene Redding left the music business and why he only released one album, well, we'll discuss this after some needle drops.
To the point of no return, yes you would. I'm revealing things I never showed. There's just no way. I use you, chew it up and spit it back. Another dose of your frustrations, and you just may find I'm gonna be your only man, 'cause I love you. All you know is true. There's only
Gene Redding was born in 1945 in Indiana. At what point in time Etta James discovered him at the UCO club in Anchorage, Alaska is unknown. What is known is that in 1969 he released his first single on the Bell Records label, which was called I Need Your Lovin' and I Got Soul. In 1974 he released and recorded his only album on the Heaven Records label, which was just found by Dennis Lambert and Brian Potter. And these guys were recording with the greatest of the greatest. Both were songwriters, musicians, and producers. And for example, they produced The Four Tops. They produced, which is I think one of Dusty Springfield's most underrated album, Cameo, and also written many songs for these artists. They also worked with Santana, the Right House Brothers, Richard Harris, Glenn Campbell, you name it. So the circumstances for this album release were just fantastic, and they did an absolutely stunning work with Gene Redding. From the beginning to the end, Blood Brothers is a fantastic album. This Heart became a hit in the United States and in Canada as well, which is featured on this album. Why Gene never released another album is absolutely unknown, because it's not like that this album was a real flop or that he had no hit single. No. And later that year in 1974 he was also releasing a soundtrack album on Heaven Records, which was distributed by Capitol, so distribution wasn't also, or marketing not really that big of an issue, was called Harriet Summers. And I would say, let's have a look at the trailer of that movie, or at least some snippets of that trailer.
First came The Harrod Experiment, a book, a film, an idea. A new sexual freedom developed on the campus. And now from the textbooks to the real world of Harrod Summer.
Some of you enrolled. I thought that I needed some sex education along with the rest of my education.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. No? No.
What do you say?
Harrod is a philosophy, like a religious philosophy.
Harrod Summer. 4 young people test the freedom of tomorrow on a vacation you'll never forget.
His final steps in music business, well, he took in 1975. A year after releasing his debut album with a hit single and the soundtrack album, he released another single on Capitol, which was called Every Man Wants Another Man's Woman and Easy for You to Say on the B-side. In 1976, he released his last and final single, and this was called Do It for Love. After that, there is no information available about Gene Redding. He just disappeared. All we know is that he died in September in 2016. What happened in the meantime, we don't know. There are so many open questions about Gene Redding. But what we can say is that his only album is an absolutely fantastic legacy. And if you have additional information on Gene Redding, please let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm wishing you guys a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, listen to good music, maybe Gene Redding, and I'll see you next time. Bye.